Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a swatch and review of the Oil Slicks collection from Colorpop. Now this video was requested by a subscriber who wanted to see this collection. It is a little bit older of a collection. It came out in 2015. I'm not exactly sure. I believe it came out like mid-year. This was a limited edition collection or limited production collection because the materials needed to create these multi-chrome or duochrome polishes, I guess, was limited. So they only made a set number of these nail polishes, but I've been looking around online and I'll try and link everything down below if I find the bottle still available. So I've found them on several different websites, but I'm not sure if every single one of these polishes are still available. So I'm going to try and do my best to describe all of these polishes. They do have, for the most part, most of these colors only shift like in between two colors, maybe possibly a third. But in the bottle, sometimes you can see that it goes a little bit beyond the second or third color. Sometimes you'll see an additional color or colors, but that doesn't always show up on the nail. So I didn't do a live swatch for all of these polishes because they all applied the exact same way. They were all fully opaque in 2 coats except for one, which is the very first one that I'm going to talk about. And they're a little brush strokey, but the majority of those brush strokes almost completely disappear when you apply a top coat to it. Or even before you apply the top coat, most of the brush strokes kind of self-level out. But you do want to be careful on how you apply these if you do decide to pick up any of these polishes because they are a little bit brush strokey. So the first polish I have here is Icebreaker. This is a light ice blue polish that shifts between like a pinky purple. It's like on the lighter side, so it's a little bit of a lavendery purple, and it has this iciness to it, so it has kind of silver throughout the polish. This polish did take 3 coats to be fully opaque. It was a little bit more brush strokey than any of the other polishes, but it still leveled out, and most of them did disappear when I applied a top coat to it. And like I said before, you do see a little bit more different colors in the bottle. You see a little bit more of that shift in the bottle, but pretty much on the nail, you're gonna see it shift between the blue and pink and purple. The next polish in the Oil Slicks collection is called It's Raining Men, and this is a deep purple blue shifting duochrome polish. So it pretty much shifts between a purple and a blue. Occasionally you'll get a couple of hints of like kind of like a pinky reddish color, but pretty much it shifts between that purple and blue. I think the shift is pretty apparent. Hopefully you guys can see in my live video. I do try to show you guys the shift on my nails. I did take a video trying to show you guys the shift on the nail. I think it's pretty apparent, and there's a distinct difference between the blue and the purple. This is one of the nicer polishes when it comes to application. This did take 2 coats to be opaque, and the brush strokes did kind of disappear on their own, and even more so when I added the top coat. So this is one of my favorites in the collection. So the next color I have here is called Don't Kale My Vibe, and this is the green polish in the collection, and it's a green polish that shifts in between like a goldish orange. So I would consider this one a multi-chrome because I can distinctly see the green, the gold, and the orange. Again, you can see more colors in the bottle, but those are pretty much the colors that are going to show up on the nail. Hopefully you guys can see all of the colors in my swatches, and this again was 2 coats to be fully opaque. This wasn't as brush strokey as the other ones. Very similar formula to It's Raining Men, but you do need a top coat in order for the majority of those polishes, the brush strokes to fully disappear. So the next polish in the collection is, in my opinion, one of the more unique ones, and one of the polishes that actually does look like oil when it's kind of floating on top of water. I guess this is what inspired the collection. I'm not sure. I'm assuming that's why they called it the Oil Slicks collection, because all of these kind of look like oil when it spreads over water. It kind of creates that like multi-chrome effect. And this one is just absolutely gorgeous. It's a very unique polish. I haven't seen anything like this. And this one is called Burnt Out, and it's like a goldish orange. It shifts between like a yellowish gold to an orange to sometimes you can see like green. And the shift is very, very apparent depending on what angle you get it. You can get a lot more colors. Sometimes I can see blue in there. It kind of shifts between multiple colors. So this one, in my opinion, is the one that you can see more colors on the nail, just like you can see on the bottle. Burnt Out is my second favorite in the entire collection. And my favorite in the entire collection is this next one, and it's called We'll Never Be Royals. We'll Never Be Royals shifts between a purple to an orange to a red to sometimes gold. It is absolutely gorgeous. This one has the best formula out of all of them. It almost has a completely mirrored look to it when you get the top coat and everything on it. It's the least brush strokey out of all of them. So this one almost completely levels out on its own. This one was almost a one coater. I did have to do a second coat to kind of cover up some of the lighter areas on my nail. But this one hands down is my favorite one in the entire collection. So if you aren't able to get any of these polishes and you are only able to get this one, definitely get it. It's beautiful. The next one in the collection is called Sorry Not Sorry. This polish shifts between a light baby pink and a gold, and the shift on this one is the least apparent in pictures, but it is pretty apparent in person. But in comparison to the shift between all of the other polishes, this is the least apparent, but it's still apparent. I hope that makes sense. This one was the most brushstrokey one. So this one I ended up having to do a third coat because I wasn't too careful with my second coat, just to try and level out some of those brush strokes. And even with the top coat, you could still see a lot more of those brush strokes. So this one is, I think it's because it's a lighter color, you do have to be very, very careful with the application, and the shift isn't as apparent on the bottle. That was one indication to me that I wasn't really going to be able to see much of a shift, because all of the other ones you can see more than just the 2 or 3 colors in the bottle, more than just the 2 or 3 colors that it actually shifts into. It goes beyond that. You can kind of see like a rainbow in most of the bottles. This one you can't. You really only see the pink with a little bit of gold. You can only see those 2 colors in the bottles, but it's still a gorgeous polish. I would still pick it up if you are looking to get this collection. I would still pick it up because it's still a gorgeous polish. And the last polish in the collection is called Cash Only. And I think this is one of the more unique ones, just like Burnt Out, because I haven't seen any other polishes with this shift. And it's a little difficult to describe the shift. It's like a greenish gold color that shifts into like a lavenderish purple / blue. It's kind of, like I said, it's kind of unique. So it definitely has those green and blue and purple hues in there, but it also has like this, it's like a murky goldish green. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope you guys can see what I'm talking about. It's beautiful because it's so unique. I think this is very unique. It was fully opaque in 2 coats. The shift is very apparent, and the color is just kind of unique. Like, I don't know how else to describe this polish. I'm sorry I'm doing such a terrible job at explaining what this polish looks like, but I hope you guys can see what I'm talking about in my pictures and in my swatches. So that's it. Those are all the polishes in the Oil Slicks collection. There are 7 polishes in this collection, and this is currently still available on Amazon. I did manage to find all 7 polishes as a set on Amazon and individually. So even though it was a limited production, polish collection. They are currently still available, so hopefully these swatches were helpful for you guys if you were thinking about picking up any of these polishes. Hopefully you guys were able to see all of the colors, and please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these types of videos. Please subscribe to my channel. I am currently posting 2 to 3 times a week. I'm trying to post Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then I'm thinking about doing a subscription Saturday because I do have a couple of subscriptions that I'm trying to unbox on my channel. So leave a comment down below if for any video recommendations. This was a video recommendation from one of my subscribers, so I do pay attention to what you guys want. So if you do want to see anything specifically, please leave it down below in the comment section, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.